Okay, well, the mission trip was Kavanaugh Mission Base, which is at Kavanaugh, and we started out on Sunday night with a worship service. We came in early in the afternoon after church, and we went to this camp. We were outdoor kind of, and we had a worship service. And there were other youth groups there at that same time. The first day of the mission trip was at a place where it was a church called the Journey Church in New Albany, Indiana, and we had to sort boxes of food. We had to sort through toiletry items like you see there, Colgate and shoes, shoes that had been donated to the people who were going to be coming through that area. We had food to put on the shelves inside this place. Again, socks. This was all just part of the. This was all part of the. And you see there, we still had time to have a little bit of fun. This was all part of a outreach in New Albany, Indiana, where they worked with homeless people. It was inside a church, so there we go, Krista having a little bit of fun on the horse. But we went through these. We pulled boxes out of a back closet. And we sorted through everything. Now this is on the first day. The first full day we were there, we had water games, and you see these markings on our faces. This is war paint, kind of get us hyped up a little bit because we were competing against other youth groups. And there's my favorite picture from that. This girl's hair is flying all over, but the kids had to dip their heads in the water and then run back to the little buckets that were in their area, and the team that had the bucket that was most full won. So they stick their faces in the water and they try to get all that water over. And this kid did not die. he did go into the water deep. Now this is on the second full day. This is on Tuesday. What we had to do was we had to open up these MRE boxes, and they were going to be used to. We emptied out the boxes to be able to fill them back up with canned items like beanie weenies or that kind of thing. Inside the MREs there were heating units, but first we had to dump out the lasagna that was there. It had expired, but it wasn't that old. So a couple of girls in the kitchen, there see Haley and Emily, washed out these containers, and then we brought the containers back out and we polished them off, get the rest of the material off of there, keep them wet dry. Now that same day we went to a homeless shelter, and you see Krista there with Michael's sunglasses on. We went to a soup kitchen. Samantha said she likes the food, but I don't think she really did. Nobody else ate. Thomas was kind of upset about the food. Anyway, we went to the homeless shelter after that, which was just down the road a little bit. We took a little tour through there, and then we went to the Ohio River. It was so hot, and I was looking for some cheap fun, so we put our feet in the river and cooled off a little bit. Something I really like to do is free fun. Now this is on the third day. Started out with a little bit of ping pong game because we didn't have a lot to do at first, but we did have to put the containers, we had to repack those boxes and put them back on the shelf so that they could be reused. So we put them back on the shelf, and then we went to the tent city to clean up trash. And this is us down inside the tent city where people actually lived. There were a couple of people there, but they left as soon as we got there. We were there to clean up trash. And you see the tents there are not in great shape. These people actually have lived there for years. And they actually cook their food there. And it was kind of disgusting. We didn't touch that one at all. But we were there to pick up trash. Some of the kids got a little bit nauseous. Nobody got sick. But we were there to pick up trash. And I think this is the first experience that many of them have had. Well, I know it was the first experience that any of them had with this kind of work. It was kind of disgusting. We had to get rid of all that trash in the background there and move it into a different pile or put them in bags. When the bags got too full, we had to move them into another pile that would be closer. But see, that's a little bit cleaned out area. They're going to rebuild this area to put up housing for people. This is us leaving. The guy on the bicycle there is was one of the guys who lived down at the shelter, or down at the tent city. This is where they feed people That's a 0. And these are our new friends at Taco Bell in Louisville, and that's our gnome. This is our friend Eric, who joined us our group, who became a friend of our group on this trip. And this is me driving our group to Fun City. This is the last day of the mission trip, and we played paintball. We had a really good time playing paintball that day, and there's Krista with her face mask on. I think that's a really cool picture of her. We had a good time. Our team always won. So anyway, that's the end of our presentation. Next year we're going to be doing something a little bit different. Maybe not the same thing as Kavanaugh, but we might be doing something a little bit different. But hopefully it'll be as meaningful. Thank you for this time watching.